Today we're learning about the challenges that some New York and Rochester area breweries are facing. This after Roc Brewing suddenly closed after over a decade in business and sent a shockwave through the local craft beer community.
Dan Gross caught up with one of the state's leaders in the industry as well as a fairly new brewery in Rochester. Dan joins us now. Hey, Dan.
Hi, Adam and Teresa. Now, of course, we know that not every brewery is struggling. We've reporting on rising storms and K2's expansions in this year alone. But an industry leader I spoke to today says that every brewery, including 9 Spot here in Rochester, is facing similar challenges. Paul Leone is the executive director of the New York Brewers Association. He says craft beer simply isn't a growth industry anymore. Now, part of the reason for this is a reduction in distribution revenue as distributors have consolidated over time. Other reasons include breweries struggling to recover post-pandemic, a reduction in consumer spending strength, and an increase in consumer options, both beer and non-beer options. But
this is a business like any other business. We are not oversaturated and there is no bubble.
Leone adds that breweries have had to find new ways to differentiate themselves and add more options. That's certainly the case for 9 Spot Brewing in Rochester. They opened in December. Chris Nothnagel is the owner, and he says they make clean beer that honors New York State. But to stay afloat,
just making great beer is not enough anymore.
He says sales of New York spirits account for 10% of the revenue. He also says summer walk-in traffic wasn't what they expected. That's even being between Strange Bird and Roc Brewing and the Strong Museum of Play. Nothnagel says off-site events like a beer and bites event tonight at Fairport B-side keep them afloat, and says if you love New York State breweries,
go and visit all 530. Find out what makes, your local brewery different than the one that's down the road. And I think it makes for a happier consumer overall.
Leone adds that New York State has a new $5 million grant program. All this to help breweries get over this current hump. Reporting in the studio, Dan Gross, News 8.
All right, Dan, thank you.